Good evening, and thank you for viewing. There are just a few announcements, so please stay tuned for news you can use. This Sunday, February 5th, is Super Bowl Sunday. Pastor Cedric Barrett has invited everyone to wear jerseys or the colors of their favorite team to our 10:30 service. Also, at 6 p.m., don't forget to come to Purpose Church for the baddest Super Bowl party on this side of the East Coast. There will be food, fun, football, and most importantly, fellowship. 1470 North Kerr Avenue. We hope to see you there. Then on Monday, February 6th at 6:30 p.m., just like every other first Monday of the month, Pastor Cedric is hosting Man Cave Monday. Now men, this is not church, and that's about all I can tell you because women aren't allowed. And what happens in Man Cave stays in Man Cave. Now next up is Valentine's. Our pastors at Purpose Church have a special anointing for couples, and they are planning a couples date night on February 10th at 7 p.m. at Carrabba's on Market Street. If you haven't signed up to attend, please contact the church office as soon as possible. Now singles, please don't feel left out because our amazing singles pastors are planning a meet and greet for Saturday, February 11th at 7 p.m. No need to spend Saturday alone when there are plenty of saved and single people just like you waiting at Purpose Church. Now, Pastor Cedric and Latoya Bear, along with the Purpose Church family, would love to extend the invitation for you to join us during either of our services, Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. or Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., 1470 North Kerr Avenue. Now it's time for the show. Thank you for watching News You Could Use.
Today we have the man, none other than the king. I don't know, he's my everything.
Oh, girl,
my boo thing, my stinker tune.
What's up?
What up, though? So we are doing Fervency, the Love Edition, and listen, I'm ready for it. Oh, wait a second. Can you stand the rain? Listen, it's all about lovers tonight, whether you're dating, if you're getting prepared to date, and you're getting prepared to get married. This is the edition you want to be hearing today. It's helping you get prepared for love. And so we're just going to cut up while y'all are getting in. Listen, you don't want to miss this. So if you are right now looking at this show, wait a second.
Know that I can count on you.
Come on.
That's not possible.
Come on, give it to me.
Tell me, can you weather the storm?
Cause I need somebody who can stand by me through the good times, come on, sing it with us. You will always be right there. Sunny days.
Everybody loves them.
Can you stand the rain? Oh man, this is gonna be a good segment tonight. If you are enjoying yourself already, go ahead and hit that left button, share button. Go ahead and hit it right now. It's that left button, share button. Listen, we're not only talking about the sunny days, we're talking about the rainy days. And marriage and relationship is about the good and the bad and then the downright what? Ugly. So you don't want to think that you're going to get in there and always be honeymooning, because honeymooning ain't always going to only last for a few days. But marriage is a lifetime. And I think it takes all the good days, the bad days, and the ugly days to make a great marriage. And so our music is about to go away, but I really want to really get into our next part of this session is the lack of information that causes dysfunction in our relationships. You know, we were just talking about sunny days, and can you handle the sunny days and the rainy days, and can you handle the rain? But honey, from your perspective, what has the lack of information caused dysfunction for like you and your?
Me?
Well, I did not grow up in a Christian home, and so I got some bad information. And what I have learned is that bad input equals bad output.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I was trying to, do things that wasn't really productive.
Yeah.
And my, uncles and the boys taught you how to get a girlfriend, but they didn't teach you how to keep a wife. And so here I am trying to do things that, I thought the girlfriend would like, but, you wasn't the girlfriend, you were more than that, more important than that.
Yeah, it don't work.
And so I'm over here trying to do the things that I think you like, but in all actuality, because I didn't take the time to really get to know you,
Yeah.
I was off. I was like in left field somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I would say for me, I grew up with marriage where it was like 100+ years right now living in our family, including my Uncle Press and Aunt Pearline, of history of marriages staying together. And so I'm like, marriage should just stay together. But what I didn't know is the work that went on behind the scenes, because our family was not a family that wanted to talk about the hard times. We were always talking about, oh man, this is good days, and we showed our picture because we grew up in church, so the only thing we seen was the picture at church. They got a beautiful hat, and they wear bad shoes, and they compliment their husband while they're standing in front, but we didn't know the arguments and the dysfunction. And so whenever it came down to how do I relate to you, and then how do I know me, we had
A conflict.
Yeah, that was nicely said. Give me some conflict. Yeah, nicely done. We had conflict in our household. How many says we have conflict in our household? So I want you to do me a favor. Lack of information causes dysfunction. Please put that on Facebook. Love addiction, fervency, lack of information cause dysfunction. Babe, talk about kind of like how, we didn't have the best marriage the first time around.
No, we did not, because one of the issues I had is that I was doing a lot of work outside the home,
Me too.
at a job,
Me too.
working on the biceps and the triceps and trying
Yep,
to
he
look
did.
good, but never took the time
Yes,
to work
Lord.
in the home. And
We need balance.
whatever you work on, you'll get results from.
Yeah.
And because I wasn't working in the home, I didn't get very good results. And I was just a mean somebody. I was not nice.
Yeah.
You
remember that?
I remember, baby. I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, because I was mean too. Because of all the hardship I've been through as a young woman, I just wanted to be successful. I didn't want to struggle anymore. I didn't want to be broke anymore. So I just need to hit that grind. So when I tell you I would wake up at 6 a.m., I would be at my office at 6 a.m. I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. I woke up at 4:30. I was at my office at 6 a.m. I didn't get home until sometimes 12 o'clock. Remember those times I used to do closings at 1 o'clock in the morning? Because we could do title closings at that time. And it was just grinding because of the fear of failure. And so by the time I got home, it was like no relationship. But I expected you to give me something, but I didn't know what that was.
I was the same way, though, because I was selfish.
I think we both were.
It was just all about me. What does Cedric need? What does he want? When he want it?
Yeah.
And I was not in tune to even think about what do you need. God made you a different. And so I'm over here thinking that how can she not want the same things that I want? But you don't.
But you know what's so funny is your prayer is like that too. When we begin to pray for each other, it's like, God, so listen, check it. You know your boy, he's tripping. And you know he acting ugly, and you need to get him. He acting up. You said he's the head, so strike him down. Forget the forgiveness part. Strike him down, Jesus. And then you're just sitting there going, because I'm the one that saved God, and I'm the one that lives for you. Well, the only reason I can live for him is because most of the time I was at church or work, and then I came home part-time.
I was the same way, though, because I'm over here thinking, God, she needs to do this, and she needs to do that, and I don't know why she acting like this and that. But then it never dawned on me, maybe whatsoever you sow, that's what you reap. So maybe it was me that was planting the wrong seeds, that was getting the bad harvest, and same way.
and it's so funny that we never thought that I sow into you and I'll reap out what I need. Most of the time when we're in marriage, we think if I sow into you if I give you what I want, you'll start to do what I want. And that ain't the way people do. When people are self-centered or selfish in marriage, they'll do to you what they think that you should do for them. So nobody's getting their need met. You know what I'm saying?
That's absolutely right, because we tend to love the other person in the way we want to be loved. But I have to stop and say, what is your love language?
Yeah.
Because you might not communicate it the same way I do, and a person cannot spend love that does not reach them.
You know, when you said that to us, can I talk about when we
Yeah, sure.
When we were separated, because we've been separated before, and oh my God, my second husband is the bomb, you know, like OMG, like, yes, Lord, he's sent from heaven, you know.
Stop, I say you got
the second time around, so for those of you that you know were already wondering were they ever separated, guess what? We hit it right here. Come on, boom, boom. Yes, we were. So go tell that. Yes, we were. But the second time around, guess what?
So much better.
It's off the chain.
It is.
It's off the chain. I mean, I don't look out for me. I look out for him. I ask him every day.
You do?
Every day, what do you need?
What do you need? You do.
What do you need? Is there anything I can do for you? I never say I need anything. I'm very apprehensive to let him know I need anything or my needs are not met. You know, remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
We had a situation just this week, and I wouldn't tell him, listen, I need anything. He's like, you're just acting a little different. And I was like, Lord, I can't be selfish. So what part of this, I need to go pray about it. And I went and talked to him about it because I said, let me pray about this because, God, you have to show me how to approach it. And what was amazing is I'm talking to God about, God, show me how to tell him that I feel a little, you know, not, you know, no attention paid to me right now. And, you know, because he had a lot of audits and stuff he had to work on. And so, but I didn't know how, I didn't want to tell him that. I wanted to make sure that I was in the right disposition in serving him as a wife. And he texted me.
Because what I have learned is that to be in tune.
Yeah.
In the past, I was not really in tune.
Yeah.
You know, I was so focused on other things, and so now when there's just the slightest change in your temperament or your attitude or something like that, I know, okay, something's off.
Yeah.
And before it wasn't like that, or I would go weeks like, I don't care, man. She just tripping. She going through. But I've learned, like, no, you need to check that now because this is important. And so you just can't let that go. And so, I was like, let me.
He did. He texted me and I didn't linger on it. I didn't. He texted me and I told him, I just need some attention. You've been kind of working and I've been patient because I understood you have deadlines. But I just need some attention from you right now. And he said, you know what? What did you say?
I said, tonight is going to be all about you.
Then our daughter came,
work
but
home and stuff. No story.
Yeah, but it was cool. But because when he said it's all about you, I didn't have any more argument. I was just like, okay. I was just like, okay. And it was over. The discussion was over. We resolved it. Problems resolved. I felt priority. Right. I didn't feel as if I was secondary to anything else. I was priority. And as a matter of fact, I've seen some of your very thought out efforts that you called me that day. And that Holy Spirit works, don't he?
He does.
He called me that day, and then he was texting me throughout the day, and I think you called me twice that day.
Yep.
Just to make sure we had some touch points.
Because I have also learned that it's not what I say, it's also what I do. And sometimes we as men, we can say the right thing just to kind of get the wife off our back, but there's no follow through. Mm-hmm. And so I have had to work hard to say, okay, if I say that it's going to be all about you, I got to keep my word. Yeah. So thank you, baby.
And you know what? I started to think about what I had to do to get prepared for you this time around. Oh, mm-hmm. And I started to do some inner work, and I started to say, for me to get married or be married again, what do I need to do? What do I need to sufficiently operate as a woman? And so first of all, I did an analysis of my love language, and I started to talk to the Holy Spirit about what do I need the opposite of me? What do I need that is like me and that is opposite of me that will cause me to live a full life, a fulfilled life, filled to the full. That's what I call it, filled to the full.
I like that.
And so I said, well, what do I need? And so I started to pull together a tool chest, and I see that you were pulling together a tool chest.
Absolutely, I had to do the work.
And a soulmate, they're doing the work that you're doing in a different place, and it all comes together.
Yeah. And it fits.
It rocks real hard,
fits,
though.
yeah.
Yes, it's a solid rock. It's a firm foundation. It's not a house built on sand, but it's a house built on the rock. And let me tell you, one of the books that has been definitely a book that I always go back to, is a book, a marriage reference book for me, is Praying. The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy O'Martian. The Power of a Praying Wife. It is the most selfless book you could ever read. A lot of people say, you know, if I look at this book, she's gonna tell me, almost like you want somebody to hex your husband, like he's got to do it my way, you know. But then I noticed that you were reading, and I don't know because I never dug in your book.
Yeah, I was reading the same thing. This book right here changed my life.
Yeah.
Power of a Praying Husband. Because for the first time, I got to see you as a woman. And I got to really begin to understand you. Something she said in the book is that you cannot criticize your wife and thinking she will change.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh my God. Because what I had been doing is been using very harsh words and comments, thinking that I could like force you to change. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But as I began to, learn about being soft and about really praying and really interceding and really finding the things you need, all of a sudden everything changed. Now I will be honest. There's a part she got in there about her sexuality. I did kind of skip and read that book, that chapter kind of first a little bit.
He got to get his life.
Then I came back.
He's got to get his life together.
I got a confession.
But you know what? But let me say something that I watched while we started to date again. I watched what you confessed over yourself.
Yeah.
And I knew that the affirmations that you would say over you,
that's it,
you would declare over me. And so I could trust you with me. Because I watched, so I can let y'all know, like in his prayer closet, he has a prayer closet, and there's tons of words of affirmation that he says over himself, that is spoken over him as he gets ready to get dressed. And it's telling him and reiterating to him as to who he is as he's getting prepared for his day. But what he started to do for me when we got back into our marriage again is he started to write those affirmations on my mirror. So I would see a true reflection of myself every day. And so I would begin to see every word that he spoke to him, I was a reflection of you.
Yeah. But see, that came from this book too, because she said one of the greatest gifts you can give your wife is a whole man. And so I was like, okay, so that means I got to work on my wholeness.
Yeah.
Because I was broken in so many areas. I think that's why I kind of came off rude and harsh. So, thank you.
But you know, babe, like this is something I just kind of like heard as I was growing up. They going in through church. My mother was a very strong woman, so my mother taught us to be very strong, decisive women and knowing who you are. But then there were some women that made me think like it's a man's world, and it was kind of like you need to do a bunch of stuff for him. But you shouldn't look for anything out of the relationship. Wow. And you have dismantled that myth for me. Because you now have affirmed me, you have built me up as a wife and as a woman, and I feel as if I can do anything. Like, I that's why we have this show, because you're like, babe, Just go and do what you think.
You got this, girl.
Yeah, that's how you're like, go do it.
The queen bee.
And that's how you did me. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm scared. I've been doing one thing for 20 years, and I'm scared. Now, this is something that she said in the book. She says, she kind of said like this: if you want to insult his mind or assault his mind, you have to realize you're one, so you are insulting you.
Oh wow!
And that thing hit me because we don't think alike.
We just a tad bit different. It's a tad bit.
We don't think alike at all. And then I remember talking down to you, especially when we used to do ministry together. So those of you who do ministry together, your personalities are different. And so if you're expecting your spouse to do ministry the same as you, you're missing out on their brilliance. And so I started to realize that I'm missing out on another side that could be more wealth for me. And so I started to go, if I assault his mind, then really guess what I'm doing? I'm assaulting me. And so what I'm going to do is give him room to be brilliant in his capability. And really allow for his light to really shine. And so I started to watch you apprehensively, sometimes going, I'm going to step out and kind of do this.
I'm going to put my toe in the pool.
And I'm like standing in the way like, go get it. You know, I'm not here anymore telling you that you can't do it or you have to do it like I've seen it. No, do it uniquely how you do it because it's amazing. And you know, like Dr. Mike always says that your spouse should be your best, how did he say it? You're the best intelligent decision I've ever made. And so your spouse should be the emphasis of your best intelligent decision. And you are the best intelligent decision I've ever made in my life. And so any other investment from here on is going up because it's built on the foundation of us. It's not anything else is make us better. We are already better. And I like how one lady says, she says, and every better can become best. Oh, wow, and awesome. You are my better that has become best. Wow, and awesome. So I'm never looking for something else outside of me to make us better. If we get more assets, we get more assets, but it didn't make us better, but it didn't make us our best. It's just who we are, and we are attracting that into our lives. But life was already good. Life is already good. Like, we can chill together. Like, no, for real. Like, we can chill by ourselves. For real. For real. And don't have no company. Because, like, company interrupts us in our little flow. We are good by ourselves normally. And we watch a movie. We talk for hours. Like, and you would think we should be talking for hours because we've been doing this for a while now. But we still have a lot to say. So, like, what are some of the everyday practices, babe, that you would say someone that is single could do to get prepared for what God has showed us marriage can be now this time around?
Well, I think the first thing they would have to do is know themselves. I think it's important for every single person to really spend time being in tune with them. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What is their vision? Because oftentimes when you get married, you have to make sure you both are on the same
remember
same
we
page.
did that?
Yeah, we did that.
We did that. And you know, babe, I remember seeking the Lord while we were separate and asking God, what do you want me to do this time around with my life? And I was just talking to the Lord like, God, I'm vulnerable. I'm naked before you. I know I'm getting ready to start some new adventures. I know I'm getting ready to go some new places with you. I don't quite know everything, and I'm okay with being a novice at life. I'm okay with not knowing everything about what you're telling me to do now, but I'm just going to trust you. And I remember he started giving me the plan. Remember I said, I can see me writing books, and I can see me doing all these things that now we're working on together. And so when we sat down and talked, he said, remember we had that date and you were like, what is your vision?
Absolutely. I had to make sure we're going in the same
Same
place.
direction. And he was like, what is your vision? And I started running it off to him like, this is my vision. I had already sat with God. A lot of times women want to get a vision from reasoning or fear or insecurity. So you want to be something to tell people you are something. But what does God say that you are? What did God breathe in you and say, this is what I made you for? And that's what I did. I went to him and said, I am a piping mess, God. So listen, breathe in me and tell me exactly who I'm supposed to be. Because I've been trying all this stuff to make people say that I'm wonderful, but it ain't really working though. So could you help me find out who I am and what is my expression to the world? And I remember I sat down with you and I started to tell you what he showed me. And it matched.
What we're doing now, yeah.
It matched. I'm a little bit more riskier than you. So.
Of course, but we're good balance. One of the things that she had talked about in the book that I think is important for guys is she talks about how to pray for the feelings of your wife.
Yeah.
That was revolutionary for me.
You got to see that.
Because, most of the time us as guys, we're all about the facts. Mm-hmm. And because I was all about the facts, whenever you would come to me and say, well, honey, I feel like this or I'm feeling like this, it was just this overwhelming dread that would come on me like, oh, God, why is she feeling this? But then I began to realize that God gave you feelings. Yeah. And then I remember reading it says we have not a high priest that can't be touched with the feelings of our infirmity. Then it was like, if Jesus is concerned about my feelings, then I should be concerned about my wife's feelings. Because as a husband, I should love my wife as Christ loves the church. Yeah. And so now I become more sensitive. Mm-hmm. And whenever you say, honey, I'm feeling like this, it's not like, oh my God, here she go again, because your feelings are just as important as the facts. Yeah. And so I've been really more in tune and like, okay, baby, tell me how you feel. Yeah. Like, baby, how do you think about this? Like, what's going on?
That shocks me every time you do it. But, now, there's one thing that I practice every morning when I wake up. I practice to forgive.
That's good.
Every morning I have to wake up and say, I forgive him. And I used to pray like, God, change him. And now, one thing she said, it says, when you pray for your husband, and I'm reading it, you can surely expect some changes. But it's changes you won't be in them, it'll be in you.
Wow, that's good.
And so a lot of times we're praying for our husband like, you need to change him. I never now ask God to change him at all. I pray as if he has already been perfected in everything. And I pray now, God, change this about me. God, perfect this area in me. Cause me to grow now. Cause me to come into the full knowledge of Christ Jesus in my life concerning this situation. Mm-hmm. And as I do that, I'm more forgiving. Yeah. I'm more sensitive. Mm-hmm. I believe I'm more understanding.
Absolutely. We don't fight and argue like we used to.
We don't.
World War III in the house and be mad for days.
Honey, the fights that we used to have, I promise, the fights we used to have they weren't godly. They were so ugly. And people that were hurt by, our kids have had to go through hurt and pain because we didn't have good prayer lives. We didn't have lives that will cause us to really show forth God's love. Now, while we're here, I want to kind of ask you some questions. If you had any comments while we were watching Facebook Live, if there are any comments even in the audience that, hey, well, what about this, Pastor LaToya, Pastor Cedric? You could go ahead and let us know. We got a couple of minutes to hit up those, he's telling you to get that book. Just go ahead and hit us up. Is there any comments or questions that y'all see on Facebook Live that someone wants to know anything? If you think of something when we get off, you can go ahead and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com, LaToya Barrett, and then you can also follow him at Cedric Barrett. He's a little apprehensive in adding people to his page, but I'll go.
You've been telling all my business tonight, ain't you? Good Lord.
I'll go and add you because he's like, no, baby, I don't do all that stuff. It's too much. We protect our household. This is what we say. We protect our household. We protect all fronts of our household, and anything that'll cause our household to be infiltrated, we don't do it. And so I got you, boo.
Thank you.
So I'll go. I'll go check. But just go Cedric Barrett at Facebook and then Latoya Barrett at Facebook. And then also our Purpose Church page. We are pastors at Purpose Church. And so we have a Purpose Church Facebook. He always say find purpose at Purpose. And our website is purposechurchintl.org. purposechurchintl.org. And also, my website is livefreebeautiful.com. That's livefreebeautiful.com. And it's a place where I inspire women. I also love to do healing coaching for women, helping you get from one place to the next place, redefining who you are as a woman. And we're working on coming soon, so be looking for the announcement of his website and his ministry page.
Oh, you're a bad girl, I tell you. I didn't know that.
His ministry page, I undergird his vision. So whatever he tells me he's supposed to be doing in this next 12 months, I'm making sure we're on schedule.
Amen.
Because he has stuff that he has to do to keep the household going, and I keep our visions going. Is there anything else that we need to go through today? It's been real. It's been amazing. Thank you for being at Coffee with Pastor Latoya. This has been a wrap. I guess they can give us back our sunny day. Sunny day.
Everybody loves it.
Come on, sing it. Can you stand the rain? All right, bye-bye. God bless you.